Or just get that recording thing going there. So yeah, hello on this fall day, September 28th. So this will be our last show of September 2023. I'm Audrey DeYoung, and this is Audrey Live, and just looking forward to the next hour and talking about different creative things to do. And with our guests today, Linda O'Connell and Ann Hunter. Is going to be a great show, and everything creative with Linda and Ann. They're going to show us maybe some of their tidbits, a little sneak peek into their projects for the Art Waves Fall Show, and also maybe do a little demo for us. Maybe we can all learn something, which would be great. That's what we're all here for the connection and the learning. So welcome. Please, on the chat there, let me know who you are, where you're from, and so that I could say hi back to you as well. So it's going to be a great hour. Excuse me, I got a little scratch my throat. I don't think I've talked enough today. You know, those days when you haven't talked a lot and then all of a sudden you start talking and you get just that little in your throat. Maybe it's an age thing. I don't know. So I might be drinking my water a little bit more. Been trying to get to some of my fall decorations. I'm not getting very far with it. We talked about it last show. But I've been really busy. I know a lot of you know that my daughter is moving to a house. Her and her husband, Sam, and the two kids, Mike and Ann, are moving. They bought a home. So the last week and a half, we've been doing painting and kind of cleaning and packing up boxes and moving them. Every night there's a moving frenzy happening. So this weekend, Saturday, will be the last day that we can get everything moved over. So then maybe we can relax a little tiny bit. We will also be moving my mother. She's already moved to Strathroy, but her house sold, so we're having to move that house as well. So yeah, I'm kind of getting tired of moving. And it's not even me. So, but I know a lot of you are out there too, and that are probably in the same situation. You know, you want to help as many people as you can. And of course, our children and grandchildren want to help, and our parents. So we're kind of, I keep hearing that word sandwiched. We're kind of sandwiched in the middle, which is fine. It keeps us busy, keeps us going. And yeah, I'm okay with it. You know, next week will be a little bit maybe of an easier week, maybe a little more of a relaxing week. So anyway, I saw some, we're talking about doing some simple fall decorating. And this one I just thought was kind of a really neat idea. I'm going to share, of course, now that I'm going there, I'm not seeing it on my screen. Let's see, view. Okay, I'm going to show it to you in a minute. There it is. All right. So I'm back here and get us the full screen, and I'm going to share it with you. It's a really neat project, and it's called a Quick and Easy Reversible Fall Throw Pillow Cover. And when I saw this, I thought, like, I've got one of these pillows that's like, you know, it's a long and narrow. So I don't know what they call them. I don't know. It's not a square pillow. It's kind of like a rectangular pillow. And it's just perfect for this. And of course, you can make pillow slips and change them every season. So, you know, it's just one more thing that you can add to your you know, your stashes, so to speak, for decorating. So this one is the fall one. So you can pick up these placemats from the dollar store. And I actually have seen these. I live in Canada, and I've actually seen these at our dollar. I don't know if it's a Dollar Tree, I believe. So they're probably like $1.25 each. So there's ones with pumpkins. There's one there with give thanks. So you can put them, you know, so that you can flip it over if you want. So the idea is to put the right sides together and pin it along the long sides and one short side. So you're literally going to stitch it along the three sides like you would for a normal pillow that you'd be making. So you can see there, they ran a seam along the 3 sides and then pulled the fabric right side out. Says it's easy to close the open, and once the pillow was inserted, she used these sticky fastener dots. And again, you can get them at the dollar store. And you put them along the one side. So you put your pillow in, and then you put these little dots. The lady who did these said that she used the small dots, but it wasn't quite strong enough. So she did add a little bit of Gorilla Glue, hot glue to the stickies to make sure that they stuck really well. Then you can put the pillow one way or the other way. So you can, put the pumpkins out, going up to Thanksgiving. And if you want to extend the life of it even more, but you don't want to see the pumpkins, you can just turn it around and do the give thanks. Says it gave her 2 different looks on one item and takes up 0 space. Can you just lay them flat? And I would probably either put them in my fall decorating box, or you could even put it in, your linen closet where you have all of your tablecloths and that sort of thing. I don't know if you do that, but I do have all my tablecloths in a certain area and kind of divide them between the regular and then the Christmas. And that being said, you can do them for Christmas. You can do them for Easter. You can do springtime. You can do summertime. I know they have all really neat placemats at the dollar store and Dollar Tree. And it says that the project cost total was $5. The $1.25 for each of the pillow or the placemats, and then the fasteners and things that you would have to buy. So yeah, there you go. I just thought that was such a neat idea. So I kind of put this all together here. I'll go back up to the top so you can see that it's just basically taking the placemats and making them into a pillow. So there you go. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed that. It's kind of like I said, a really quick and easy way to do it. And I mean, if you don't sew, you probably could take that Gorilla Glue or the Gorilla Hot Glue and glue the 3 sides. So you'd have to be a little bit more careful putting your pillow in and that sort of thing. Or you can hand sew it if you don't have a sewing machine. All different options. Anyway, that's my little take for this week, my quick and easy fall project for you, which can turn into a Christmas project, an Easter's project, a spring project, whatever. 4th of July, Canada Day. It's a pillow that will just keep on giving, so to speak. So anyway, there you go. There's my project. I had it all out here, but I thought it was easier for me to show you right on the screen. If you have any questions about that, or if you want me to email you all that information, just message me or send me an email as well. So today, our first guest is Ann Hunter. Ann had a vision to create designs that would be easy for even the novice painter, and to share her knowledge through classes developed to build skills and confidence for all who attend them. The realization of this vision has become the creative touch. I'm going to just kind of start bringing her in here. The Creative Touch, a studio where all painters are welcome to pursue their hobby. The studio is Ann's place to create new designs, turn them into pieces of art for sale, and write instruction books and packets for the person who would like to use their techniques to create their own pieces of art. When not in the studio, Ann enjoys spending time with her family, friends, visiting with friends, and cooking. Are we here?
Hello, how are you?
Hello, Ann.
I am just setting up my second thing here, so you'll be able to see what I've been doing.
Perfect.
Okay, I should be all set. So hold on 1 second. Sorry.
No problem at all. I actually was trying to remember. I said, was Ann coming on first or Linda? But then I looked back at my notes and I definitely had you coming on first. So it wouldn't be the first time I made that boo-boo.
Well, I can't seem to get my my second thing up here. So
well, I can see you in both.
Can you see? Can you?
Yes.
Oh, we are. There we are. It's
there
up.
we are.
Okay. Sorry about that.
No problem at all. No problem at all. So how are you doing?
I am doing great. How are you doing?
Very good. Very busy. Too busy. I need to
Yeah,
slow
yeah,
down for a little bit.
yeah. I think we all get that way. It seems like autumn, at least in the cool weather country and states, um, we tend to gear up and everything comes crashing together at the same time.
Really,
But
yes.
but it's exciting. It's
It
very
is. It is.
exciting.
Yeah. So what has kept you busy this summer, this fall? New things you're working on? Anything at all?
Well, I implemented something new. It's little mini make it take it classes, and I take
Ah,
them on the road.
oh, that's
Um,
perfect.
they're local, either art shops or craft shops, gift shops, and community centers. There seems to be a disconnect with COVID and all the times that we spent in our own little cocoon, so to speak.
Yeah,
So what
yeah.
I've done is I've created a couple of these. I'll speak about them a little bit in a sec, but I've created classes that I bring everything out to them. They just show up
Yeah.
with enthusiasm and we paint a little project. It's not for the faint of heart. It's not for beginners, although people with no painting experience have come in and have done very well, because we take it step by step,
Yeah.
item
Yeah.
by item, and even the novice can do them. So the first one here is, it's just a simple single sunflower or echinacea, if you want to call it that. It's on a multi-colored background. I do the background for them, and I put the pattern on, and they have all the fun. I do all the work, they have all the fun. But it's very, very gratifying. Um, and the second one that we did was, I thought, a little aggressive for them, but they had less trouble with this one than they did with that.
Oh, well, there you
Surprisingly
go.
enough.
They're
And
both
again,
beautiful.
thank you. Again, I stayed with all soft background colors. I have this thing about not doing a lot of work, but getting a lot of gain from it. So I know there's something going on back there. I know I'm in a room, and I know it's my little arrangement is sitting on some kind of pedestal or table. But this takes about 5 minutes to do.
Wow.
So then you can spend time creating the focal point of the
Yeah.
design.
Yeah. The beautiful
Um,
flower.
Yeah, and just to think that I don't only do flowers, this is a little landscape. I'm going to take these off here now so you can see a little bit better. It's just a little spring landscape. It's really more technique than anything. So what I do is, again, I put the background on, but just drew in the simple lines for them. And they learned how to stipple, they learned how to put clouds in. So it was a good learning experience, but without them realizing how much technique and how much skill they're building with that. So that's been my summer program. I've been on the go and on the road.
Oh, that's wonderful. That's wonderful. And that way you get to meet new people too, and share your love for painting. It's just incredible.
You know, there's a very interesting thing that's happened. I've been doing this for a number of years here in my local neighborhood, so to speak, as well as you may know, traveling all over the US for different conferences until they became very sparse and non-existent.
Yeah.
But there have been students who have come to me in the past and for whatever reason, stopped painting. They're finding me in these little local places, and it's like a reunion in some cases, talking about what our lives have been like. So it's been a real rewarding experience to me to know that they remembered me and they're back.
Yeah.
And in my home studio, I have a student who's come back after I hate to say how many years, but 20 years.
Wow.
So it,
That's
you know,
wonderful.
people are coming out, they're looking for fun things to do and looking for gratifying things. So there is hope.
Perfect. Perfect. That sounds wonderful. Maybe we should show everybody. Oh, so Suzanne is just asking, what's the size of those little canvases that you're using?
The larger of the two sizes is 8-inch square, and the little one is a 6-inch square.
Okay. Okay. Perfect. Perfect. There you go, Suzanne. Maybe we should show everybody the projects that you're teaching for Art Waves this year. Do you have
Absolutely.
them available there to show?
I just so happen to have them right here beside me.
Awesome. So what
This
I'm going to do is I'm going to pin that one or spotlight so everybody can see it. There we go.
And what I'm going to do is I'll try to adjust so you can get a better look. Let me just see if I can move this up a bit. It's very hard with the stands that we use are not necessarily.
Actually, it's probably good if you just the way you had it and then just move the piece up a little bit. So now you're off. Now we don't see it. You got to move it back where you had it. There you go.
Yeah. Yeah. And hold on one second. We'll pull this around so you get a better view. There we go. This first one, I think I might have mentioned once or twice a few minutes ago. I believe in letting your background work for you. So what I did on this one is painted the whole entire canvas this gray tone. And I have built my design from there. But the fun part is I didn't have to base coat this massive wall that's here. All I had to do was add the shadows, some highlights, and some line work for the mortar. And then at the bottom, this is all just very soft color, just pushed in from pale yellow, off-white to russet colors to get the autumn tones in there. And I did the same thing on top of the wall where the leaves may have fallen. I usually work from photographs. I purposely left the background very, very soft, not detailed, but you know, those are autumn trees that are sitting back there. And I was clever enough, because I can never remember, I wrote down, it's autumn landscape, it's November 2nd, 10 to 2.
Perfect.
So
I was just going to say that, and there you had it.
All right, I'll let you tell the next one. Oh, and by the way, that was in acrylics. What's going on?
You just move it up a little bit. We can still see it.
Well, I can't see anything. There's something on my screen here.
Oh.
I can't see you. Oh, there I am. Okay. So this is an 8 square. I have mounted it on a 12-inch square already painted beadboard. I like the idea that you can get an inexpensive framed piece and have it look, I think, my opinion is, look very professional. This is oil, and I'm beginning to sound like a record here that's stuck. But again, I use color to create a nice abstract background and added in the 3 blossoms for character. And it's dramatic, but yet it's still soft. If you can use those as descriptors.
Yeah.
All right, Audrey, go.
So it's Floral Abstracts, November 3rd from 3 to 7 p.m. And these are all Eastern time zone.
Great. All right. I have 3 classes. Let me give you the visual on the 3rd one. This is an apple basket. This is also painted with oil. And I just want you to take a little look at the background here. it looks like an old barn board. My intent was to give the impression that this was an apple basket in an old-fashioned farm stand. And that one, go ahead, Audrey. I'll let
Apple
you-
Basket, November 5th from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern on
Cool.
they can register at www.c2cevents.com. And I will put that in the Facebook chat there too, so they know where to go.
Okay.
And you were going to do a demo for us today.
Yes, and I had mentioned the background on the apple basket. I'm going to work on a smaller piece, but I'm going to show you how it worked up. Again, this is oil, and I painted my entire background with acrylic, an unbleached titanium tone, so you get a creamy look there. I'm taking advantage of that as the base for my my faux barn board, and I will use it as the base for my apple basket. So again, it takes away some of the work that's not the fun stuff. For my, and what I did was, I just put some little, I don't know if you can see them actually.
There's like little, got little, yeah.
You see the little dots?
Yes.
They're just little pencil lines to help me remember that I might want to take a notice of where the colors would change. It's just a little thing for me. I am going to work with actually 5 colors, and I'll tell you what they are. I'm just going to get some more out on my palette. I'm going to work with it's a Titan buff, or in the particular product that I use, I work with archival oils. There you go. And it's by Chroma. And they call it, they make life interesting for us, toning gray yellowish, but that's Titan buff. And I'm then working with some raw sienna and a little bit of burnt sienna, believe it or not, a little bit of ultramarine blue and some white. And I've just got them here. I'll just give you a quick squeeze of color. I just have a nice messy palette here. What I'm going to do is I'll start light and go dark. Then I'll come back with a little bit of white. The brush that I'm using is it's a stiff bristle brush, because I'm going to be using a little bit of paint and more or less a scrubbing technique. So I'm going to start off with the Titan buff. It's easier to tell you that. Small amounts of paint on my brush, and I'm going to just pull this color along top to bottom. I'm holding my brush almost straight up on its point. You can call a flat brush having a point. So I've covered almost all of that. I'm going to do just a few across. I'm going to start again here. And I'm going to leave some of the space. Little tiny bits of paint.
That's such a great idea to put the little markers there that you know where you want to go, right?
Yeah, and if you don't want to stick with them exactly, that's okay too, because it's an old barn board.
Yeah.
So I'll do that, and then I'm going to pick up some of the raw sienna, and I am not cleaning my brush in between times. And I'll just pull some of that along. Messy is good. And the canvas, the grain in the canvas gives you a little bit of an edge where you want to get this rough color in here. I just put a little too much in there, so I am just going to pull my brush to the side and just kind of spread it out a little bit. And I'm going back. And I'm not worrying about blending them too well right now. I like painting messy too. And you'll learn all those behind the scenes things when I show you my demos. So there is my second color in there. I'm going to pick up just a tiny, tiny little bit of the umber. I'm going to stay on the right side mostly.
Really cool. I just love how you built that up.
Isn't that fun?
Yeah.
I like doing fun backgrounds, but I don't like doing a whole lot of work. My thing is about having the fun. Now, see, that's a little bit heavy, but I'm going to leave it up there. I'm just going to lift my pressure a bit. And I just want to slide a little bit of this over into the lighter color. So I'm turning my brush to the side. But notice I'm still using that up and down motion. And I'll get the third one in.
As you kind of go right to the side of that color and then blend it back, so to speak.
Yeah, and whoops, and I will do a final blending in a little bit. Now I've got these colors, they're various tones and shades, but I have mixed a little bit of the blue, this ultramarine blue. And as my painting suggests, there are some apples back here. So I would want to get a shadow behind them. Now I'm going to pull this a little closer to myself and I'm going to dip my brush. So I don't know if I'm blocking. I'm going to try. All right, I'll go this way. I want you to see what I'm doing. So I put some of this down below. Right now, and this one's pretty dark, but I'm going to add just a little bit here and there just to make it look kind of messy. And now I'm just going to wipe my brush on a paper towel. And I'm working with, well, it's hard to tell you exactly what size, but probably close to a ½ an inch if I go by the ruler here, because they all have different numbers. Now I'm just going to take my brush.
And sorry, Anne, what type of brush was that again?
It's a stiff bristle brush, natural bristle. Sometimes they have hog brushes, but it's a brush that you would use for usually first layer when you're working with oils. And then you go to your finer brushes when you want to blend. I have a, all right, let's see. Can you see the two brushes I have here?
Yes. Yep.
The one I'm using is this one, and it doesn't have a fine ending at all. It's kind of rough, but it's stiff. It'll bounce right back. This one is a softer one, and it's very, very soft. Now I can use this one to blend, or I can go back and use this one. I'm going to stick with the stiff bristle because I want to keep the grain. If I wanted to smooth everything out and if I were, for instance, doing a portrait, and of course you'd want the deep shadows in the face to blend slowly to the lighter tones, you would use the softer one.
Okay, perfect.
So I'm going to, I'm just going to wipe my brush to make sure I don't have enough. I don't have too much color in, sorry. And now I'm just going to lay my brush down instead of working straight up. And I'm going to blend my colors very softly, but I'm still using that technique of up and down, straight, vertical, no horizontal stuff. And I'm going to turn my piece because I want to show you how I'm going to come up from the bottom, dark into light, and do the same thing here. And it just takes a moment because I don't want to add more color. I could, but I really don't want to because I want this to stay rough. So my blending is going to be rough as well. but you can see the difference between
Mhm.
what I've done with the first two and what's still left on the other one. And I can refine this even more just by rubbing my brush. And it's more a rub, it's one steady pressure. And I'll do the last one, and this one should be a bit darker, a little more tonal. And if you find that you do pick up too much paint on your brush, just wipe it on the paper towel, keep going. So now I've got it pretty much blended. Knowing me, if I were here by myself, I'd be playing a little bit more. Now I've got a bit of rough edge here, so I'm just rolling my brush up and down still, but on its chisel edge. So I can smooth that all out. If I think I don't have enough of the sienna, which here I don't, I'm going to put a little more in. Wipe my brush and just go back and kind of blend that color into. And I'm going to get once more. When I get to the change up of color, I don't want to really blend the two colors together. I want them to meet. So there is the most work that you do. Now I did say I had some white. I have some titanium white here. And I'm now picking up a little bit in my dirty brush. I want to make sure that I don't have too much on. All right, now here I'm going to add a little bit more dimension with a little bit of white here and there. And of course it turns tonal because of the colors that are underneath it and the colors that are in my brush. So can you see this little bit here?
Yes, that's very neat.
And I'll pick up
Nice
a little.
highlight right there.
Yeah, and you can add wherever you want to catch some toning, depending on what you're putting on top of this or above or below it in this case. And I could put a little bit in my deeper color here and still get a nice, fun little thing. So there you go. The last thing that I do, because I want to put some detailing in here, I'm going to a round brush, not necessarily a liner, and I'm picking up some medium. And I use Mona Lisa because I have allergies to a lot of petroleum-based things, so I use the most hypoallergenic stuff that I can get. So I am thinning the paint that I'm going to apply. I'm picking up just the burnt umber.
Can you show that the Mona Lisa product that you're talking about?
Sure.
You have one there that you can, people can see.
It's not a glamorous label, but this is it. This is what it looks like. Okay, it says odorless paint thinner. Gives you all the dangers thing, but it's odorless.
Yeah.
But not only odorless, because odorless does not mean that it isn't that it isn't also allergy producing. It doesn't give me any reactions. I don't have to get away from the room or anything like I've had to do with the petroleum-based products like Liquin, or I can use blending and glazing medium, but for a very short time. Okay. So anyway, that's my personal issue, but I have loaded this brush with very soft, and I'll show you here, it's very soft paint. It's like ink. And I'm just going to gently, again, I'm keeping my vertical thing here. And I'm not being very neat because, again, what is it? An old barn board thing.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes
it's harder to be messy.
Sometimes it is, but this time not so much. See, this one here is very squiggly and wiggly.
It's perfect.
The joy of working with the oils is you just work your way back and forth. If it's too strong, you can pull over the whole thing and tone it down.
Look at that.
So it's nice and easy to do with this background.
Yeah, yeah. Perfect. That looks wonderful. That's a
Well,
great
thank you.
technique for them to learn. And that was part of the apple
Apple,
Yeah.
yes, the apple basket on Sunday morning.
Sunday
Mhm.
morning, 10 to
This is-
4.
Yeah, 10 to 4.
Perfect. All right. I'm going to remove the spotlight. Are we done with the demo?
So unless
we
there
go.
are questions or,
I don't
anyone
see any
needs-
questions. Just everyone saying your apples are beautiful. They love the apple basket. So
Good.
hopefully
Hopefully we'll see some of you in the class.
there you go. There you go. Yes. And please, I put the link there. It's c2cevents.com and just click on the fall show and you can find all of Anne's classes and many more. So hope that we get many people signing up for your classes. So they've got
I
about,
hope so. Love to see. The more, the better.
yeah, that's right. There's about 4 weeks left. So there's lots of time still. So.
Okay.
All right. Thanks, Anne. Thanks for being with us. And thank you for demoing. That was wonderful.
Thanks, Audrey.
Okay.
See you
Have a great
soon.
week and a weekend. Yep.
You too.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
There we go. That was really neat. What a great background that is. And with those apples on top, that's going to be gorgeous. Yeah, so sign up. There's this is the last online show that we're going to do. So we're really hoping that we get people to support the artists, support these wonderful artists and teachers that are sharing all their knowledge with you. So we hope you sign up for Anne's class, and I'm sure she does too. So, all right. Thank you, Anne. Our next guest is Linda O'Connell. It says Linda's creative journey began over 40 years ago when a pastel portrait she created earned a state award. From that moment on, painting became her passion, devoting herself first as a student and later as a teacher. Linda mastered an array of mediums, including acrylics, watercolor, pastels, inks, and oils. Teaching and designing were the natural progression for Linda, and in the years that followed, she earned a reputation as a skillful designer and an enthusiastic instructor. Linda, as I keep talking, I'm going to bring her in there. There we go. It says Linda has been invited to teach both internationally and at many regional conventions, and of course here up in Canada and our online shows, always with an eye on reaching just one more aspiring painter. Linda has expanded her teaching portfolio to include online classes as well. Welcome, Linda. Oh, I can't hear you.
You can't hear me?
There we go. Now I hear you.
I had to hit that got it button.
You switched yourself over.
Oh, it's
How are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. So how's your weather there?
It's okay. It's gray.
Yeah, we're kind of gray here too. I'm sure you're probably seeing a lot of the fall colors as well now. They started?
No, we don't get a lot of
Oh,
colors because I live like five houses off the ocean. So I'm not like way up. We don't get a lot of fall colors. We get dead trees.
oh. Well, I look out my window here and I can see orange and yellow and red and green and all
Oh,
sorts of, yeah, the colors around here are definitely changing. There you go down driving out in the country and there's just it's just beautiful. Yeah, very beautiful. So they're all going to fall pretty soon though.
yeah. Sure.
So what's been keeping you busy?
New designs. I've just been working on new designs.
Yeah, lots of shows going on that you gotta.
Oklahoma just passed, and now our Oklahoma submissions are due, and our Portland submissions are due, and magazine stuff is due, and
keep.
I couldn't ask for a better job. So
Yeah, I certainly have fun doing it, I'm sure.
yeah, I do love it.
Yeah. When you're in your happy space and with all your craft supplies and paints and brushes around you, there's no better place to be.
There's no better place to be.
Yeah. Takes your mind to another spot. Good. So what did you do this summer? Did you do some traveling?
I did. I do a lot of traveling.
You
Traveling.
do a lot of traveling.
I do. Traveling is my second passion, but of course I went to Oklahoma and then I came home and I went to Sweden and Prague and Holland.
Oh my goodness,
Yeah.
beautiful. Yeah, I know I saw some pictures along the way. I'm thinking, because a lot of times you don't know if they've been there, or sometimes it's a post from, a while back, but it looked like you had a great time.
It was a great time, and
Yeah.
it's inspirational and it's fun, and I'm already planning next year.
Ah. So where are you thinking going next year?
Well, next year I got old this year, so I hit a big number. So for my birthday,
Oh,
my husband gave me a trip. So I'm doing the Christmas markets in Germany in November, and then in September, I think the flights aren't up yet, but I think we're going to go to Turkey.
oh, nice. Very
Mm.
nice. Huh. So out of the trip you did this year, what would have been your favorite country or area?
Prague,
Or Prague.
Prague by 1,000%.
Really? And what was it there that?
I like the different, I like the old, I like the history. I'm not a big city person. Stockholm is city. So it was beautiful, don't get me wrong.
Yeah, yeah,
But and Amsterdam I've been to a bunch of times.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
But Prague is definitely, I would go back in a rock solid minute.
Good, good, good. So now do you
Yeah.
get time to do like just painting for yourself or creating for yourself, or it's just always,
Not anymore.
not anymore?
I used to, but now it's all work. And then I have this one saying, could you do this? Could you do this? Can you teach this? Can you design this? I'm like, but you know what? I'm lucky.
Yeah.
I'm lucky. I'm blessed. I'm content. I'm happy. So, even when we complain, and well, I can only speak for me, but even if I say, oh my God, my submissions are due Saturday and my magazine pieces due, but you know what? I couldn't ask for a better job, better people to work with, better countries to explore, because I travel teach, like I've taught in Australia, I've taught in England, so I couldn't ask for, even when it's stressful, it's a
Yeah.
happy stressful.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So
Perfect. That's a good way to put it.
it's very happy stressful.
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
hate the deadlines, don't get me wrong, but I talk about them. I talk to the heads of all the shows. Please change your deadlines, but nobody listens to me. I'm like, work. We
Yeah.
make it work.
Oh, good, good, good. Well, with that, let's talk about the classes that you're going to be teaching for Artways Fall. Maybe I'll highlight your
This one.
that one there. There we go. And you
Okay,
can show everybody.
I put my demo pieces. Okay, so you can't see my messy studio, so I can only find one of these.
Ah,
So I wasn't kidding yesterday when I emailed you and said, I gotta find them. All right, so here, we'll do that. Okay, gnomes, I know they were big. They're still very big to some people. I've just designed a few brand new ones, and really fun brand new ones.
I love these little guys. They are adorable.
And
Because you see the Christmas tree, and then also you're like, oh, it's a gnome.
gnome. It's a gnome.
Yes.
My other Christmas gnomes have holly on their head.
Ah,
They have holly. So he's pretty similar, just different colors. There's two different ways to do your pine branches. Traditionally, people use a liner, but I'm going to show you how to do it with an angle brush, which makes very full pine branches, which is a lot of fun. I was in Oklahoma, and one of the girls working there, her name is Polly, said, Linda, you really need to show people how you do your beards because you do them backwards. And I kind of thought about that, and my coloring is different and my raking is different, but that's how I get such smooth beards. I mean, look at how
Yeah.
pretty beards are.
yes. Yeah. Yeah.
So, and the great thing about this piece is it can be done on anything. It could be done on this shape, another shape. It could be done bigger on a plaque and, put season's greetings or happy winter or whatever. So it can be done on anything.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we're going to do both of them.
And that one is McWinky and Tinkerfoot on the Wednesday, which is November the 1st from 10 to 2 p.m. So with that, I'm asking you, how do you come up with these names?
Okay, so I have to tell you, I've said this to people, I think I design gnomes because I like naming them.
Aha.
So I don't know. I don't know how they pop in my head, but I've designed literally probably 20 gnomes because I just have a whole load of names in my, some of them are named
Oh,
grandkids, but for the most part, they just, I don't know. I have fun with them though. I have fun with them,
perfect, perfect.
you know.
So did you have the other ones? Can you find you or you didn't?
Oh, the other ones I have, it was just that one.
Okay.
So he's a 2-hour class. He's a lot of fun. I don't
And that's Pip.
he's Pip.
Pip.
I did. And he's okay. So I'm going to show you how we get a fuzzy background, a fuzzy white. You can change all these colors. So I've done, this is called a Peruvian hat. So I've done the hat in blue with a green stripe. I've done it in pink. I've done it in purple. So whoever I'm doing it for, I change the colors and play with colors. These are there is much to learn, but it's a very simple piece to do with a couple of easy techniques. And they make great gifts. My grandkids have them. Honestly, I've sold so many of them because people just love them because they're fun.
Yeah. Now,
And
is
he's
it three-dimensional or it's just a flat piece?
He's a flat piece.
Oh my goodness, it really looks three-dimensional. Like I was thinking that thing on the hat.
Yep. No, well, that's glitter. It's just glitter,
Yeah.
but he's flat.
Yeah. Isn't that amazing?
Yeah.
Perfect. And that one is the Wednesday from 3 till 5 p.m.
Yeah.
November the 1st.
Quick class. And then my door hanger.
Ah,
Now, he's a lot of fun. With him, now door hangers are the in thing, of course.
yeah.
So I'm going to show you how I do my snowman, which is different than most people do their snowman. And so he'll look like fallen snow. Of course, you can change your colors and play. You can change your words, where I just kind of played with words. And you can get these surfaces. Now you can do it on any surface, but this surface you can get at Hobby Lobby or Michael's or Cupboard or Pinecraft or anywhere. And it's just, don't quote me, I think it's a 12-inch circle.
Because yeah, it kind of looks like it would be a 12-inch, 10 or 12-inch circle.
Yeah, I
Now,
think
did it have the little holes on the top as well?
it does.
Okay, perfect.
It does.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
this one I got at Dollar Tree. So
Oh,
this
well, look at
and
that.
it's a little string. So it depends on if they have them, if they don't,
Yeah.
So he's
Well-
a great piece.
And I find too at the Dollar Tree, sometimes there's pieces and you're like, oh, I don't, you see the piece and there's already something on it, but you can just paint over it sometimes as well. Depends. As long as it doesn't have glitter on it, then it might be hard. But if it doesn't have glitter,
You know what? Send the glitter off.
yeah, sand the glitter off. So this one, Bundle Up, is on the Thursday from 10 till 2 Eastern, which is November the 2nd. Perfect. Oh, they all look beautiful. Amazing pieces.
They're fun. For winter, they're fun.
They're fun. They're fun. Perfect. Perfect.
Okay, before we demo, I have to say something.
Yeah.
So you were talking about your pillow, which is
Yes.
such a great idea. And I paint a lot of pillows. Everybody knows I paint a lot of pillows. I store my pillows. Here's the tip of the day. Go get a skirt hanger and you can put like 8 or 10 of them on those clips. Get in the closet and then just change them as you change.
That is a great idea because, sometimes you put it away somewhere and then you forget where they are or they get crimpled. I love that.
And it won't get wrinkled and it takes up so little room and you could put a whole bunch on one hanger.
Yes. And just hang them in the closet. So it's a constant reminder. Oh, I got to change my curtains or not curtains, my pillows. Oh, I love it, Linda. See, we all help each other with all these tips.
That's right. Teamwork.
Oh, and Suzanne says you can, we're talking about the Dollar Tree things with the glitter on. She said you can sand it and then use gesso to cover the glitter.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. That's a good idea too. Thank you,
Yep.
Suzanne.
You've done it.
Oh,
You've done-
Liz says Prague was one of her favorite places as well.
See, it
Liz,
is.
and she will see you at NET.
Oh, yay.
Liz Garcia, remember
Oh,
that
I
name?
love her.
Yeah.
Great.
All right.
Okay.
So what were you are demoing leaves for us? Let me spotlight that spot again. There you go.
Okay, so I'm going to tell you, not that but as an industry, we've transitioned to easy. They want easy and they want to be able to get it done. So of course I play with things and I try to make it easier. So when I do my leaves, I start with shading, and I shaded one, but I wanted to leave the other because I wanted to show you people have an issue with the way they shade. So, and then I'm going to show you how to use a mezzaluna and how quickly we can get these leaves done. And we'll do it real quick. So when you have a leaf, you have to remember your leaf comes here. So when you're shading, you're not shading like this. So here, say my petal is here. People tend to shade. I can't find my water now. People tend to shade like this. And you can see you don't have the shape because you see the dimension doesn't look the same here and here.
Yeah.
So when you shade, always shade. Of course, we're going to shade on the bottom element towards the top. So that'll separate that. And then you're going to shade as if you were on the bottom. So you're going to come this way. I always tell my students, think of a U. And I would take more time with this but you see the difference just by changing the shape?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So I shade first. I'm going to shade my center vein. The reason I shade my center vein is so that I have a place to start. Never straight, never to the tip. Well, unless you don't see the top of the leaf. Okay. So okay. So then we're going to use a mezzaluna now. A mezzaluna is one of my favorite brushes. I pulled them all. Comes in 4 sizes: small, medium, large, and extra large. So
And
it's just
who makes those again?
Dynasty.
Oh, Dynasty. Perfect.
Dynasty brushes. They're a combination of natural and synthetic hair. So it has a lot of really good points, but one of the good points is that you can wash it and pinch it dry in between colors. So you can keep using it unlike traditional brush. So what we do is I'm going to use the extra large because I'm in a big area. 3 values. I base coated in my medium value. Dark is my dark value, and then my light will be my light value. So I'm going to come in and I'm going to load my brush. I'm going to pick up a bunch. I'm going to pinch. I'm not holding it. So I'm not doing this where it's tight to pull. I'm just here and I'm pinching so that I'm taking the excess off. Straight up and down, totally straight. About about a 10 pressure, 1 to 10, I'm using about a 7. Always think we're going up, diagonally up. I'm pulling from the vein on the tip and I'm coming up. So you see can you see those lines?
Oh,
See
yeah. Yeah. Now I can see them.
how
Yeah.
I'm leaving those lines?
Yeah.
Now, you may have to do it 2 or 3 times. No big deal. And if you get too dark, don't worry, we'll fix it. And I'll come here and I'm diagonal up. Now I'm very messy. You won't be messy. Well, I watch the clock more than I watch my brush when I do these things. Okay. So then I'm going to clean my brush in my water bucket. And now I'm going to hold it really tight. And I'm going to do this. So that I'm pinching the water out. See how I'm pinching the water out?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's tight. Then I'm going to pick up my light. In this case, I'm going to use Margarita. Okay. Come on, Linda. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to pick up And now it's a quick pinch. Now watch now. Okay, so let me explain. I went from here to here, but I'm like 3/4 of the way through the leaf. I don't want to go halfway and halfway and create this line between them. I want them to interlock. So I'm halfway. Now I'm going to come from the tip diagonally down into the dark and create my light value.
Is there any way you can get us closer to that? See, oh, moving.
If I could see where I'm going, yeah. There
There
you
we
go.
go. There we go. Oh, wow. Gorgeous.
Do you see that?
Yes,
it's
now we can see it.
really
Yeah.
A simple, here, let me turn. So I'm here and I'll pull this way. If you lose too much of the dark, just come in with more dark. If you lose too much of the light, come in with more light. So you can just go back and forth. Okay, so I'm here. Okay, again, you can wash. Then I'll come in. Watch how easy this is. 5 minutes, you have gorgeous leaves. Come in with the dark. I have a clean brush. I'll reinforce my shading. I'll add some highlights. Watch how pretty this leaf looks. But it's all about the mezzaluna. It truly is all about the mezzaluna. Okay, so I'll come in. I had to move my water. I moved it before so you guys couldn't see it. And I'll come in. Forgot, am I on? Yes. And I'll come in. That's a bad one, huh? Let me just. And I'll come in.
And what color is that? Green?
Margarita.
Margarita. I like that.
Margarita is one of my favorite. I'll come in and I'll separate here. There. And when you highlight the opposite side of your center vein, to create more depth, don't follow the whole thing. Just come right along like the middle.
Oh.
And look at that leaf.
Yeah, gorgeous. Beautiful.
That's a 5-minute leaf.
Yeah. Very,
all-
very nice.
all
It looks
about
like you spent hours.
I know. All about the
All about the brush.
all about it's always about the brush.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
tell people your tools will make that difference.
Yeah. The brush and the technique. For
Yeah.
sure. Beautiful. Great job, Linda.
Record time.
I love it. All right. Well, thank you for being with us. It's been wonderful. And yeah, a lot of people are very interested. Georgia just says that she's going to net for the first time, so she'll probably see you there.
Yes, tell her to come find me.
Yes, come find Linda.
Come find me. I'll hug you. I'm a big.
Hopefully one of these days I'll get down there.
I hope so. I hope so.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much, Linda. Take care and
Yes,
have a great
thank
time at
you.
Net.
Thank you.
All
Bye,
right.
everybody.
Yeah. Bye-bye. There we go. And she's always so fun to take classes and also a great teacher. So you're always going to have a great time with Linda. So make sure you sign up for her classes. She had another one just so that everybody knows, because some people there are thinking, well, how about the one on Saturday, the harvest? We've had to cancel that one because she had a commitment that she has to be at. So the 4:30 harvest is no longer available. Anyway, I want to thank Anne and Linda for being part of the show today. And we've learned a lot for sure about different brushes, about different techniques, and both of them are just so knowledgeable and so willing to share that knowledge with us. And also about the pillows, and Linda telling us how to store these covers. Ah, I'm so glad that you told us that, Linda, because I was starting to think, where am I going to put, if I start doing this little project, which I think I am going to do, because I just have one of those pillows, and I just always saw those placemats and thought, what could I do with them instead of just using them for placemats? So it's just a perfect thing. So yeah, so now I've learned that as well. So that's wonderful. Next week show, which is October 5th. Oh my goodness. And then it's Thanksgiving here in Canada. We have Thanksgiving the beginning of October. So October 8th and 9th are Thanksgiving Sunday and Monday for people here in Canada. I know down in the US, you guys have it in November, the end of November. So it's quite a distance we have of our Thanksgivings, but we're really looking forward to having family over and sharing all the things that we are thankful for. And next week's show, we have Debbie Eckmere and Pamela Kearns on the show. So that's October 5th at 1 p.m. Hopefully I will be a little bit more rested up by then after all this moving. So everybody have a great weekend. Take care of yourself and take care of each other, and we'll see you next week. Toodles.